Fuchs. I'm a podiatric physician and surgeon here in Palm Beach, Florida, and I'm here today with Allison Limehouse.
Hi, I'm a second generation Pilates master instructor, and I am the creator and founder of Rolology Fitness. And in Rolology Fitness, we believe that your feet come first. And living here in Palm Beach and working in Palm Beach, everybody's in flip-flops all the time, and I see the wear and tear that happens to your feet. It's just awful. They get deformed, they get bunions, hammer toes, and one of the things is that we wear a lot of flip-flops here, and I was catching myself wearing flip-flops to work every day. It's 80 degrees on most of the time around here every year, and so it's just so easy for me to throw on flip-flops day in and day out for years. And then I met Dr. Fuchs, and she started telling me about why flip-flops are so horrible for your feet.
Yes, so I actually call flip-flops the cigarettes of shoes. So flip-flops, the reason why I call them cigarettes of shoes are because they're actually the worst, in my opinion, the worst shoe for you. So I even think they could be worse than a lot of high heel shoes. The reason why is because your foot, there's a few reasons, but mainly your foot has to actually work harder to keep the flip-flop on your foot. So your toes start to bend and curl to try to hold the shoe on. Your toes actually have to curl almost like hammer toes to keep the shoe on, because otherwise it slips and it slides. And it's called a flip-flop for a reason. Your foot is flipping and flopping all over the place. And you could slip and slide out of the shoe. So I've seen plenty of people slip, fall, sprain their ankle, even fracture metatarsal bones. And it's just very, very detrimental. There's really nothing at all I could think of that's actually good about a flip-flop. And again, flip-flops are just completely flat, what I really call shower shoes, because you really shouldn't be using them unless you're just showering maybe with them to prevent, at a gym or something like that, or in college. But there's no support. These straps are so flimsy. Usually most flip-flops, the straps are super flimsy. And again, your toes, your whole body has to work harder to keep them on, so that can cause strains and sprains and slips and falls.
Now, what if I found a good shoe that I wear every day, and I want to run to the beach, and I don't want to take a nice pair of shoes?
That's a good question.
Yeah, would that be okay?
I would say, walk to the beach, get yourself to the beach, in a more supportive sandal. There's plenty of sandals that are kind of like a flip-flop. It's giving you a little more support. And then you can always slip them on, when you're on the beach chair, beach towel.
So
but
I really want to wear every once in a while?
Yeah, maybe for like a few minutes here and there. But just know it's at your own risk.
Okay. So you should do them moderately, very moderately.
Very moderately.
Not every day.
Again, they're like cigarettes.
Cigarettes, okay, yeah.
So
cigarettes
again,
shoes.
You might not be wearing it all day or smoking a pack a day, maybe one cigarette a day or a few minutes here and there, but it's still not good or not healthy.
Not good. And you definitely don't want to smoke cigarettes.
Exactly. You don't want to smoke cigarettes and flip-flops. That's a double negative, I guess.
Right. But so overall, just wear them momentarily here and there.
Yes.
Okay.
Like in the shower.
In the shower. And so sometimes I live about, a block from the beach. Is it okay just to walk a block?
I mean,
or would you rather me not?
It's not probably going to do long-term damage, again, if you're just doing it for that. But again, it's at your own risk. So just walking across, your foot has to work harder. You might find at the end of the day, even from a few minutes, a little more soreness, or you could slip out of it walking across the street, and you can still get an ankle sprain.
And this is your number one shoe of injuries?
Yes.
Okay, and then what about long-term use? What happens when you wear these every day, all day, like I was doing? I really was.
Again, long-term, I've seen hammer toes, because your toes have to work harder to keep the shoe on so they can curl. So I've seen people who wear flip-flops all the time get curled toes from that. Strains or sprains, tendinitis.
Bunions?
Bunions could happen from a shoe like this. I don't know. You know, it could be a cause of it. I don't know for sure if it's a cause of it,
But
it
definitely
can
the
be.
hammer toes.
Definitely the hammer toes, strains, tendinitis, because the tendons that connect to your toes have
Is
to
that
work
where
harder.
they get all those little like I don't know, where their tendons are real tight and they kind of
Yes.
stick up?
Yeah, and the
Uh-huh.
tendons being tight can cause the hammer toes.
Oh.
So, and that's a whole other. we can
Yeah,
talk
we'll
about
get
that another time.
another time.
But it's a whole
I know.
balancing of tendons and firing of the tendons, that the tendons are the ones that are working harder to keep the shoe on, causing the toes to curl. So I've seen that. Plantar fasciitis, which is arch pain, and heel pain from wearing, basically they're flat flip-flops.
Mhm.
So I've seen a lot of people in my office, especially down here in Florida, you know, they're not really wearing, they don't think it's a bad shoe, but it really is. You know, they're really wearing these flat flip-flops type sandals that are causing heel pain, plantar fasciitis, hammer toes, and other problems.
So these
Tendinitis.
shoes are like cigarettes to your lungs. They're like to your feet.
Yes,
And it travels on
exactly.
up the
Just
body.
think
Very
of that
good.
when you see flip-flops.
Okay. No more flip-flops.